Good evening, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Small Biz Highlight. I am Tiffany Roman, your host. This is episode number 24. I'm so excited. Tonight we are featuring Karen and Jim Griffith from Create-A-Palooza. Before we get to them, though, because don't they look nice there on the screen? Hi, guys. Before we get to them, though, just a couple announcements, like always. First of all, thank you to everyone for your support of the page so far. I am so close to 900 followers on Facebook. So please, if you are watching us live, thank you. We'd love to have you here with us. Please like, share, give us a little love. Spread the word, not just about the show, but about these lovely people and their business. I know we haven't gotten there yet, but we will, so might as well share it. If you are watching us on replay, please hashtag replay in the comments. Let us know you were here and give us some feedback. Let us know if the video was good, was it informative, was it helpful, what have you. I can take it. I'm a big girl. If there's something you don't like, let me know. I'll fix it. I'll try at least. I can only do so much, but I'm having such a great time having this show every Monday. Added on the second episode because I had such an overwhelming response from people who wanted to be featured on my show. And luckily everyone has been just amazing at being, so they've been amazing at just letting me move them around everywhere at weird times.
All right.
So I am so grateful for all of them, working with me just as much as I'm trying to work with them to get them on the schedule. And I am truly appreciative of that. Tonight, we are featuring, like I said, Mrs. Karen and Jim and Mr. Jim Griffith. Today, I think I've been mostly talking to Jim over Messenger as far as getting him scheduled for the show, but I'm so excited to have both of you on here. This is the first time I've actually had a couple.
Well,
there we go.
we're happy to be the first.
So I always love to start the show with just a simple question, but sometimes it baffles people a little bit. Who are you guys? Where are you from? Where are you located? Hobbies, what have you, family, whatever you want the world to know about you.
We are here from Carlisle. We own Create-A-Palooza, and both of us pretty much are from Carlisle, and family-wise, especially his side is really big in the Carlisle area. So yeah, we've kind of been here for a while. So anything to add there? Yeah.
No, I guess that's just, it's nice in a way that it's nostalgic for us. We're at, well, okay, fine. It is really neat. We're lucky. We both, like she said, have local family, going back, I guess, more than centuries, a long time. We actually have a picture, a reflection of our store in a building across the street that no longer looks like it does from 1909 that my great-grandfather took. It's in the local historic society with like a bunch of other photos he took. So we kind of trip over it here, which is neat. Yeah. So,
well, goodness, that is a long time. But that's amazing. I always love hearing stories like that because it's not very often anymore that you hear of people that they're from a specific area and their families have been there for a while. There's just been a lot of moving around.
Mm-hmm.
The older this country gets, the more nobody wants to stick where they started from. They want to go from everywhere to everywhere, which is fine. To each his own. But it is nice to have that nostalgic kind of feel to the family where you're like, hey, kids, our family's been here for generations. Like, no, but that's great. All right, so Carlisle, that's not too far from me. I'm in New Cumberland.
So nope, not very far at all.
No. I travel out to Carlisle to go visit the Army base out there, Carlisle Bear, a lot for the commissary mostly. But all right, so I love the fact that your building is a historic building too. I am such a geek when it comes to history. You have no idea. You're about to You're about to
he's a history buff. Yeah, it's one of the oldest storefronts, I would say, in Carlisle. There's a few, but it's one of the more older ones.
Yeah, it's we actually it must have been a slow news week because we know like the exact day that the store window was put in 1889 in the name of the contractor from old newspapers. I mean,
back then that was an epic day.
I guess so. And we're lucky. We've gotten lucky. We have a photo of our store looking as it does today from 1899 with the people in front of it who owned it. And then there's another store. Not a store, it's a yoga studio. I'll put a plug. A friend of ours, Anahata Yoga. They're on the opposite side of the one courthouse in town. They might have the oldest original storefront, but we'll give them a run for the money. They're both 1800s.
Yeah.
So
that is so crazy. That has to be so exciting though. Did it make any kind of problems for when you were building the inside up to get it ready for or did you find anything exciting?
Well, you can't really Google what to do about the railroad beam above your ceiling holding the brick up. You just have to sort of go with it. So it is at times. We had to stop once for about a week or two because we found a foot-high lead pipe that was about 12 feet long and had to get a contractor in. That was a little big for us, above the ceiling. Because the ceilings were lowered for about 70 years, and we could see up through from people leaving things open, and we took a risk and ripped out 7 years worth of buildup, and got the 14-foot ceilings back, and it's a neat old place.
But the 1980s drop ceiling, the 1920s drop ceiling, and
it's a time when we didn't know what.
Yeah,
not having a clue really worked for us in that case.
We just ripped it up 14 feet up to the original Victorian ceiling.
Yeah, rewired the ceiling medallions and all that stuff. Yeah, so
I was checking out your Facebook page and saw the pictures of how you said you revamped it up a little bit. It looks so great in there.
Nice.
And I love that it's all like wood in there still and everything. I love that. It looks so beautiful.
Yeah, we don't want to ever do that again, but we're glad we did. At all. But.
All right, so that's it, people. Don't expect another revamp. You want to check it out now because this is it.
Yeah.
No, but all right, so Create-A-Palooza. Such a crazy name. I love the name because it just implies so much. But mostly you guys are, I know your description in your Facebook page said that you are like a walk-in family art and activity center, right? So what exactly does all that mean?
That means we do paint your own pottery as a walk-in. We have some glass painting as well, canvas that you can walk in and do. And we just started some wood as well. We have some wood items that usually has a printed design on it. So that kind of is one of the newer things we brought in. And then we do classes and events. So we have indoor seating. We also have a tent out back. We've been doing a lot of our events out in the tent because it's a nicer, wider, open space. And a lot of people kind of seem to enjoy it. We also put the tent out there, so it gives us a reason to use it. So that's where we do a lot of our canvas. And we also do clay classes. So we've been doing a lot of the clay stuff lately and handprints and all sorts of gnome making and pumpkin making and all sorts of stuff like that. Yeah.
And we try to really we try to accommodate people. That's why we really like that this building has rear parking and it's accessible and it's near the square. And I mean, some things we do, ever since we opened, we've been maintaining a movie license for our property so that we can legally show movies anytime for people's birthdays or for movie nights. So we'll simulcast the same movie on Fridays, one in the tent, one in the store.
Yeah.
We could have a birthday with a different movie, so that's not all we do. We just wanted people to be able to enjoy themselves and to have a neat experience and also not get sued by the MPAA because they're rich,
Yeah, that might be preferable.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
they're bigger than us.
Yeah. Oh yeah. There's a reason why it's called a small business, right?
So we can do theme nights off of that. Like we have a Hocus Pocus theme night. We have a HP, pottery night, and little things like that. Like we just had a Pokemon one because we actually. You want to explain that a little more because you were kind of reading the email more. I like doing it, but he read the email more about it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's sort of different. So we have Pikachu just by coincidence. That's not planned or anything. But so our daughter's like 24 now. So in the late 90s, Pokemon was really hitting big. And so we saw a ton of cartoons and tons of Pokemon, this and that. And then the game came out, the Pokemon Go game, about 5 years ago.
Something like that.
And she convinced the whole family to do it with her. So we're all standing around a park feeling like a bunch of goofballs starting this game up 5 years ago. And we've all kind of kept at it. It's not like the main thing we do. We love the game. I mean, we have a lot going on. It's hard to find time.
You're walking and stuff. It's kind of fun to walk and do something while you're walking.
It's something we can do.
Track your distance you walk.
Yeah. and so we have a 14-year-old son and a 24-year-old daughter who's increasingly doing her own thing. But it's something we can somehow all do together, which is shocking. Or if they have like a Sunday event, we can drive to a park or something and do it together, which is fortunate, So we like it mainly for that reason. And there are a lot of local enthusiastic players, and it's fun and it's nostalgic for us because of when she was little. So this year with COVID, the Niantic company that runs that game worldwide, and I mean, it does. My job actually sent me for the first time to India in January. I played it there. I mean, it's really different that way. I'm shaking everything. Too many gestures. But anyway, so it's got reach. I mean, they have like 100 million active players. They had an event in June where 1 billion Pokemon were caught. And what they've done is they started a COVID recovery for small business program where in June, people can nominate one small business to be promoted in game for free for a year. And so we saw that come and go, and we hoped people might vote for us, but it didn't make much impact on us.
Kind of forgot about it a little
bit. All about it. And then last week we found out, sure enough, that we were chosen for the program. And
amazing.
Yeah. And so I mean, honestly, it's just the numbers are interesting. It was in 5 countries. So it was like here, the UK, Mexico, Canada. Maybe they threw in another for fun. I don't know. But it's like 10 to 20 million small businesses in that area and hundreds of million players. And somehow we were one of the 1,000 that got chosen. So that was kind of cool.
It was kind of fun.
Probably because people here just wanted a new Pokemon thing to do. They don't care about us, but at least they voted for us, So we'll take it.
Yeah, so that's something kind of fun this week.
Yeah, so there's a Pokemon version of Create-A-Palooza in the game where you can catch Pokemon and do events, and we get to showcase our store. And if someone comes for the car show or they come for the War College, we'll show up on the map with something floating above our store, So that's pretty cool. And then you can do other things with it, Yeah. So we'll take that's neat. We're really flattered that people chose us for that, and I hope they enjoy it. So.
That has to be the coolest thing I've heard. In a video, it's a video game basically. But your store, not just you guys, but your store is going to be featured. That's so cool.
Next, right now they only do like Starbucks and some of the bigger Robins or something. So this is kind of fun that they threw some small businesses in it.
But we're humble because like the really good players, they kick us out of there and they already dominate it. But that's okay. They're having fun. And it's an easygoing, fun group, So
that is so cool. My boys are 5 and 4, and Dad has made sure to get them into Pokemon. We haven't introduced them to the Pokemon Go yet because I don't think we would ever get our phones back if we did.
I can see that.
Yeah.
But one of these days, when they're a little bit older, we can have more control of that. I feel like or maybe give them a phone that they can just do apps on or something to that effect. But I feel like they would have so much fun with that. Oh, that's so cool. Congratulations.
Thanks. And we even have a couple official, we have like a Bulbasaur Pokemon. Is it like a planter?
It's a planter.
You put the plant in the back of the actual critter, So
Yeah.
So we have a couple of things like that.
That's so cool. And you said you do party events. So like private like painting parties and stuff
painting parties, birthday parties. We've had the stretch limo with the wedding come. We've had all sorts of stuff. And I think the most recent one is coming up this Thursday. We team up with some of the local businesses. So we have we're doing a paint night or canvas with a Halloween theme with Grand Illusion this coming up. So it's finally starting to get a few more events coming up. It's going to be smaller because of the, you're not allowed as many people, but, so at least we're getting a few little events going up in places.
And
then
then
this should be fun.
and then I'm losing track of my calendar. It's another 2 weeks. There's a group destination Carlisle, which is a merchant group, and they're doing a big Halloween weekend in about 2 weeks. So we'll be taking part in that.
Yep.
So
and
there's a lot of things going
Carlisle
on.
in general is doing fall into Carlisle. So that's already started. That goes to Small Business Saturday. So there's a whole bunch of stuff going on, hopefully, this fall. A lot of it outside, doing things, walking around, all sorts of things. So, yeah.
That is so cool. That just sounds like so much fun. I love doing arts and crafts and stuff, and always am interested in, seeing my friends do like the wine and paint party or something. I used to go to a store that shall not be named to paint my own
your pottery. Your pottery. Yeah.
Pottery. I'm sure you know what I'm talking about, but I've done that before in high school and stuff like that. And I just know it just was so much fun. When my boys are older, then I may venture into doing that. I can't turn them around.
Like, the licensed character, like, Spider-Man and stuff. So, yeah. So
cool.
Yeah. And then, handprints. That's really big with the little ones. We were having, I think this Wednesday we're doing the mug. We're having mugs where you paint your mugs up as Halloween characters. So there's stuff for the little ones too. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my goodness. All right. So, you guys have been speaking a lot about all these events that you've got going on. I mean, you're going to be featured on Pokemon Go. That's whatever. But how has COVID affected you guys? Did it have any effect on you?
Yeah, we kind of slowed down a lot. It's just now last few weeks picking up a little bit, but yeah, it really crashed pretty much the whole summer.
Yeah, I want to say, like, for us, I mean, we like to be busy anyway. So when everything shut down, the one thing in our favor was we were allowed to do like curbside unattended pickup. And our building, just by dumb luck, allowed it to be pretty easy to set up. And so people took advantage of that, and we'd have kits, and we still do them. We still do online kits people can buy and pick up.
Yeah, we just had a birthday party, a take-home birthday party that did that.
And
had recorded sessions with canvases and stuff, so they picked out one of the canvas ones where I sent them the link, and there's a whole online lesson and everything else, and there's a little online classroom inside they can go into and play around with. It's a Bitmoji one, so they can go around and play around in there and stuff. So we just had that too.
Yeah, and we'll still do that's our really old dog. So you can see he's sleeping
under our couch.
Bad dreams. But anyway, we'll even still do a local delivery if that helps someone. I mean, it's all about reaching out to people at this tough time, and like us, I mean, one thing we did, we weren't sure at the beginning if it was the right move, but it seemed to be, is we invested in an outdoor tent, and it's a big 30 by 15 tent, and we had the space for it. So we have a mural painted, and in the summer we had quiet fans going, and now we have heaters we're setting up. And I have to say, it's not like we did that and everyone started having birthdays again or started having get-togethers or bridal parties. But what it did do is we had a number of people in who we knew personally or who were staying in touch and were either immune deficient or very cautious. And they'd come and they'd sit out there and have a good old time in the summer. And if that's how people used it, it's still great. I mean, that's wonderful. Then people could still have some fun in there, despite everything. Yeah. We have had some birthdays. We've had some camps in. But at the same time, we didn't know what to expect. We just wanted to be flexible, and we'll keep it up in the winter. We'll just have heat. So.
Wow. I love that idea of a take-home kit and a video to watch. That I feel like one positive thing this pandemic shutdown has done was help businesses get really creative about how to, you know what I mean? Like think outside the box.
I think one of my friends, we belong to a pottery association, and I think one of them said that on there. She says, I went to business school. She was an artisan. I'm an artisan. She was a business person, but I know how she commented, said I never was trained to do a redoing of my business model and business plan every week. And that's what it did come down to. Every week you were planning a new model every week until something finally worked. It was like you were constantly, every week was something new.
Well,
I was like,
and we also tried, I think, no one's you only do what you're comfortable with anyway. And like like one thing we considered this fall, I mean, we both actually have advanced degrees in education and technology. And we were really wondering if we off camera. See, I'm so good at technology, I don't even know where to be.
Yeah.
You know, I can teach it, I just can't use it. You know, but anyway, we were really giving serious thought to doing like a program, like a certified program for homeschool or for cyber. And that's the thing is, it's not really our core mission. I work full time. I love my job. She works as an art teacher. She loves her job.
And then they did get a couple. I guess the one spy camp in town really took control of that.
And there was
together. So it was like,
there was good support locally. There was no gap.
Yeah.
And so for us, well, I know we could have had a really great program. Not our core thing, you know. So we didn't. And you just have to know where to focus. I think that's you know,
I think that's great. That's a great piece of advice. Where to focus, because you know, I think there are sometimes where people think outside the box and try something out, but it's not necessarily something they are 100% into, and then it fails, and then they, you know, it doesn't help with the motivation to keep going. It kind of brings them down a little bit more.
Like we were tweaking a lot, and finally I found that, you know, people still want to come in. There's people who want to come in inside. There's people who want to come into the tent. And there's still a core group that still likes doing stuff at home. Or, you know, and that I kind of created a little Bitmoji classroom for that, so they can go in and all the videos are there, links, etc. So they kind of help that. And it's a little more fun than just a little Zoom session. So.
Yeah. So you have the big tent outside that gives the opportunity for people to be outside and breathing fresh air. Then you have the take-home kits where people can do the stuff at home and they're in their environment, regardless. But if someone wants to come inside, what are some of the procedures or the things that you guys are doing to help keep everyone safe in this COVID environment?
Yeah, if you kind of look at our space, we kind of flipped it. All of our outdoor tables is now under the tent. So we used to have big wood tables, and all my little cafe round tables came inside.
Yeah, we got moved out about 60% of the seating's now out of the room.
Yeah, so we have our smaller tables. Everything's kind of more spread out. We go with the restaurant model when they come in, make sure to get, you know, some type of face covering while they're looking around, walking around, you know, especially breathing on porous pottery and stuff. Everything has to be there, and I spray that down every night too. Hand sanitizers by the tables. We do have masks. Someone does forget. We do have little cloth. I don't have the little paper ones. We did invest in a little bit of the cloth ones, and you can even tie dye them too. I started that. There's a lot of people who like those little they tie dye them, so the kids will sit there and tie dye them. So we've started that too. So we have that also. I mean, so it's kind of one of those, we kind of following the restaurants with the seating and all that stuff with that. So we kind of figured that's kind of similar to what we have.
Well, we have, we've definitely been careful to put the plexiglass up and everything and signage. And right before COVID even began, we made an $800 investment in an ADA bathroom sink.
Yes.
And so with the touchless, you know, or with the hands free. So we're like, should we advertise the bathroom sink? You know?
That's not very glamorous. So,
but it's like, you know, you're always trying to
be glamorous, but it's a COVID precaution item. Yeah. Even though you bought it before COVID started, it counts.
Yeah.
But you know, it's just on a lighter note. But it's just we've always been trying to like gradually improve what we do, or anyway. So this is probably a lot of these changes will probably stay. I mean, maybe the mask will alleviate at some point, you'd think.
Yeah,
but
we always liked those round tables anyway, so it gave me an excuse to move them in. I always wanted to switch it around, but we always had these big wood tables. I was like, I don't want to get rid of the big wood tables. We put money into it. Now it's like, well, they're out in the tent, so I could bring my fun round table. Always wanted to put their little round cafe tables and make it a little more fun in there anyways.
We actually have space we're not even really using. We still have 2 back party rooms, and including a fridge and a stove and everything else. And we don't, but we just had a party recently, and we don't really encourage people to use those rooms because of ventilation. They're smaller rooms. They're not COVID ready, you know. But if a group wants to be in isolation or they want a more private, we have people do date nights in there, just the 2 of them in the whole party room. Yeah. We can support that, you know. So I mean, we have a lot of options at least. So,
my good, that's great.
Yeah.
That's great. You know, like I said, it's always great with these businesses that are willing to be open-minded about new things. And then, you know, at least she finally got her tables inside. COVID gave her the excuse she needed to get them in there. I love the idea of the smaller tables too, because I know why you had the big tables in there. But the smaller tables, even without COVID in the picture, it helps like, you know, give more of a intimate session where like if it's just a two people party or 3 people or whatever, they're sitting at this tiny little table, but they're all enjoying each other's space. Together, you know,
fit 4 comfortably. Well, you do have the big round one that I have for the bigger.
Yeah, I love that idea because then, you know,
lovely.
Bigger party, then you always move the tables closer.
Yeah, and then we have a nice bar area that looks out over the windows in the front too. So yeah, that's a popular spot. The ones that face out the windows. Yeah.
So if someone does want to reserve a room or have a party or whatnot, how much time in advance would they have to get in touch with you guys?
For larger groups, you probably want to get in touch as soon as you kind of have a more, like the groups of 8 or more, you probably want to get in touch with us quicker. We do have a calendar with the RSVP where if you wanted to reserve a table, that's really popular with the grandparents for some reason. The older generation, I noticed, really likes to reserve stuff to make sure it's there. Otherwise, anyone can, but I did notice that they really like going in there and reserve that. So we do have that little reserve button where they can reserve the table as well.
Great.
So, yeah, either way. Or just walk in, because usually if it's only a group of 2, 3, or 4, there's more than enough room. It's when you start getting into the larger, I do only have certain sections for larger groups. When you get past that, when you get that 6, 7, you need to kind of.
And one thing, too, we've been at this for 6 years now, so sometimes we forget things that we take for granted anymore. Yeah. But like, we've always kept the pricing approach really simple. Oh, yeah. It's just price is marked plus tax. Yeah. I mean, some places, and they're valid, especially if you have seating to control, and some places charge for the seating, or they charge for how long you're using it, or repeat visits, and they have to, or that's the model. But for us, we just have always gone with price is marked plus tax, and then I'm sorry, I keep shaking the table.
Shaking the table.
No more hands on the table. Okay, but you can, people can come back for a more complicated project and finish it, or leave it there for later for that kind of thing. Like sometimes parents come with a young kid, and the kid's done in like 30 seconds, and the parents are still figuring out colors. I mean, so they're welcome to leave that project and come back next time, and it's just all the same price originally. And we try to keep it really easy. Yeah,
you always get that. You have a parent who gets their kids all set up and they're all ready, and they finally get their piece. They're sitting down, they're finally working on it, and then the kid's like, "I'm done." You're like,
or they see they aren't sure what that price includes. Is it glaze or not, or firing or not, or
So. And you guys do that, the firing or the whatever, the glazing. That's cool.
Yeah, it's all in there. Yeah. So.
Oh my goodness. Well, if you were just joining us, I am Tiffany Roman, your host of Small Biz Highlight. I have been talking with Karen and Jim Griffith here from Create-A-Palooza out of Carlisle, Pennsylvania. We've been having a really great conversation about their business, about them as individuals too. Tons of history, not only in the building that their business is in, but also their families, which is amazing. If you are watching us live, like, share, give us a little love. If you are watching us on replay, don't forget to comment #replay and let us know what you thought about the video. Would love your feedback. We are not only live tonight on Facebook. I'm not sure if you heard me, Jim, when you came in the house, but we are broadcasting live on YouTube as well. So trying to branch out there, help these small businesses get more reach out in the world so that people know they exist, that they're open and they are ready for business. So call them. If you have a birthday party coming up, maybe you need a girls' night out, maybe the guys need a guys' night out, because guys paint too. They have buses so that you can make superheroes. What guy does not want to paint his superhero?
We had one family that was it was the, what did they call it? The guys' night out. The women told them to go there and make them their gifts. That's how that had. They're like, we want this for gifts. So they went there. I don't know if Yeah, they made a whole bunch of really crazy gnomes because they said they wanted gnomes. So they made all these crazy gnomes for them, so for their garden. So
that's pretty genius because guys typically wait till like the day before to buy gifts.
Yeah.
So, yeah, and one thing we really should do, because like you said, you're from New Cumberland, and we know that area too. I worked in Camp Hill and Harrisburg for a very long time. I did the commute, and I love that area too. But Carlisle itself is really worth the visit. I don't know if folks haven't been there. The nice thing about Carlisle is it's laid out like a chessboard. So, I mean, we're right by the square, and we're within sight of a courthouse that has Civil War shelling damage, and we're surrounded by really cool restaurants, and everything is very walkable. You can walk 2 blocks and get to the Historic Society's Free Museum or Dickinson College, or on the way down 81, you'll see the Army Heritage Center where they have all those great reconstructions of like World War I trenches and things, and that's alone a worthwhile
Beautiful
place to visit.
I said you could have to spend a whole day. Really, you could come here, go to the museum, go to lunch, visit us. Go to the little shops, all sorts of stuff. So it's really walkable.
Yeah, so it's definitely worth that little extra distance. It's like us. We always sometimes we get away to Hershey or Edders, and sometimes you're like, wow, this is a little far, but you always have a good time. So that's what we want to encourage about Carlisle.
And we've always said Carlisle pretty much getting into the center of Carlisle, every exit and entrance you can get on from 81.
True.
And literally, you get to the square. Someone asked me, how do I get to 81? Any way out will get you to 81. It's so it's really easy to get into. Yeah.
I absolutely concur. Carlisle is beautiful. I have yet to just park and walk around, which I want to do one of these days. I usually just go straight to the Army base, not gonna lie. But I love driving through there because, like I said, I love old buildings. I love the history behind the city, and then of course there's Gettysburg that's a little farther out, but Carlisle is a little bit closer and it gives you just as much history as Gettysburg does. But I love it. And I love how prideful you are of your business, because I can see you guys smiling through the entire video and how excited you are about everything. I, for one, is just mostly excited about the Pokemon Go thing, I think. From this whole video, I can't wait to go tell the hubby, go check out Pokemon Go so we can look for Create-A-Palooza. We need to go look for them.
Well, we're excited because supposedly we can run special events twice a month. And it's still saying, coming soon. And so we don't know what that is or what all you can do. So that'll be kind of fun.
Supposedly it's starting here. It starts soon. I don't know yet.
That is so cool. I'm going to be keeping an eye on your website, on your Facebook page and whatnot. So when you figure it out, I want to go. I will re-download the game just for you guys. And then we'll take the kids, and that might be a mistake because then they want to give us our phone back. But it's okay. They'll have fun. They'll have fun searching for Pokemon and catching them. Oh, well, thank you so much, guys, for taking the time out tonight to talk to me and be on my small little web show that I started. It has been a lot of fun. And, like I said, I'm just really appreciative for the time. So thank you.
All right, you're welcome. Thank you. It's been a lot of fun.
I'm glad you enjoyed yourself. If you want to get in touch with these lovely people, you can do so very easily because I put their contact information in the comments. If you click on something and it doesn't work, just reach out to me. I will get you the actual link. And there are my kids yelling, #MomLife. If it doesn't work, yes, please just reach out to me. I will gladly get you the links, the phone numbers, what have you, so that you can get in contact with them. So many options for you to have a great time and safely too. So definitely try to do your best to, support this small business. I am so appreciative of your time again. Thank you both for being here. And just a small little reminder before I go for everybody. I'm trying to practice my sign off here because, every video has a sign off. So put your community first, shop small, eat local. If that is all I can put out to you today, please keep that in mind while you're out. Forget about the big stores. Go figure out what mom and pop shop you can support because they need your help more. Walmart will survive. No. No, but thank you again, guys. This is a lot of fun, and I look forward to all the updates and figuring out what else you guys have got going on. So have a good night, everybody.
You too.
You too.
We'll keep